I look like a light bulb. Don't I look like a light bulb right now? How big that forehead is.
Wow. First of all,
I'm gonna have to go to the Bosley Institute. I got to get these garage doors filled in. I don't know
Amelia,
what happened.
welcome back, by the way.
And apparently, last week you were telling everybody I was bleeding from all orifices for
Is
weeks.
this true or not true?
For weeks and months at a time.
Tell the guests what happened. You were bleeding from the nose. Yeah, it was like you called me at 5:45 last week before the show, and you were like literally going to do the show. What's up, Avi? You were going to do the show. Happy birthday, Avi! And
happy birthday. Yep.
You know, you were literally going to just do the show, and your wife Jen just had to talk sense in you. You'd be like, yo, I don't want to say the words, but get your ass to the doctors at 6:30.
Yeah,
what was going on? Tell our viewers.
I don't know if a foreign substance that I was working with at one point on one of the jobs, I like to get down and dirty sometimes on the job site. So I decided it was a good idea to cut the AZAC, trim and install it around the exterior window and the door that we installed. And that leaves like a residue, like a real thin white residue. And just from building houses down the shore, they use it a lot. It's maintenance-free exterior. It's good for shore. It's good for a lot of things. And the guys who would work with this stuff would cut all the way on the sidewalk away from the house. And that shit would like stay on the lawn and on the sidewalk forever. Like it like took forever. It's definitely not biodegradable. So I don't know if I got that in my system, but like 2 hours after I got done doing that, immediately my throat started hurting, and but my body and everything felt good. So I'm like, damn, man, I hope I'm not getting sick. So then the next day it was a little of this, a little of that. After like a week and a half, it got really bad. It turned into like just in my sinuses, and I lost my taste of my sense of taste and smell. I took a bunch of COVID tests and different things like that. And they all came back negative. Doctor said I didn't have it. And it was just a tremendous infection. And it was I just started getting my taste and smell back within the last couple of days. And it's like hints of it. It's not fully back. So it was like a good 1 month ordeal. And it was terrible. So I finally went to the doctors. He gave me antibiotics, gave me the shot, and said, look, you're that infected here. You have sinusitis at this point. And so I fixed it. So
well, seriously, Emilio, I'm happy to have you back on the show. It was John Duffin he was so fun last week filling in for you. I love you, John.
I thought I was going to lose my job to John.
John's got a voice, he's a Duffinator. There's a lot to be learned from him, and we love you, John, so much. Emilio, today's a pretty big day for me.
It's a huge day.
Today's a big day. Can I tell the world what's going on?
Absolutely.
So it's the C word, and it was a double C word because I was getting a colonoscopy. It's a bad word, and I'm going to throw it out there. So here's like part of me educating. I'm 48. Yeah, right, Duffinator, my coach and mentor and legend in the business. My God. I had to get a colonoscopy. I'm 48, and I'm going to throw it out there. The new time to get a colonoscopy is 40, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. Thank you, Renee.
Thanks,
and she's saying she's happy you're feeling better.
Yeah, I said thank you. Yep.
Well, I was thanking Renee on your behalf. It's whatever that means. So I had to get a colonoscopy today. It's my third one. So let me explain to you. Get one when you're 40. It's a really good idea. It's no longer 50. The colonoscopy, the 50 is the new 40. All right, that's it. So you go 40 is the new 50. Which one is it? I don't know. Just get it when you're 40, okay? That's what I'm asking you to do. Look at that. Pat's happy to have you back.
Thanks,
so
Pat.
It is the worst. It is the worst preparation that you can ever do. Amelia, did you ever have one?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I did mine at 40.
Oh, you're the man. And dude, the Ducalax, and the Miralax, and the woo! Let me just say, it was brutal. It's the worst. It was literally, it was terrible. Anyway, I'm nauseous. Yesterday, I talked to Emilio. I was crying like a little. I mean, I wasn't crying, but I was all day long. I'm like feeling nauseous and in the bathroom all day, of course, reading newspapers. And I don't even think they made newspapers anymore, but I was reading a newspaper, the one and only newspaper in the store I bought. And this morning I was afraid because got the colonoscopy and I woke up with a clear bill of health. So the doctor said everything looks great. And he says, I don't have to get another colonoscopy for another 2 to 3 years. So I'm super happy and excited today. There's just a major victory in my life. So I'm on cloud 9. So once again, get your colonoscopy out there. It's worth it. I'm telling you. I'm looking out for my friends. Okay. Do this, please. Yo, Emilio, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Did you get a haircut recently?
I cut my own hair again today.
It looks really did you really do your own hair?
Yes.
Looks really
cut
good.
my own hair.
I'm like really impressed. Like
pretty tight.
Pretty impressive.
I don't know. I'm just good at the shit.
Hey,
See,
Jay,
Kobe?
can you do me a favor? Can you show the world? Thank you, John. Can you show the world my little lending, the lending video that you put together? Because I love it. I want people to see that little lending snip right now. If you have some time to put that on, and then Chad Naxon, the Be Kind guy here, a lender. Yes, I'm a mortgage broker. Lending in the states of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, coming soon, adding the state of Florida, the Sunshine State. We do awesome programs for first-time home buyers. We do VA loan. Thank you to our veterans and military for all the service. FHA, conventional financing. We do jumbo financing. USDA. We offer bank statement programs. We do investor loans. Call me at 215-906-3949 to discuss your situation. You know what I love in that video? I love Amelia, you coming off the screen.
You know what's crazy? I completely forgot like the background. So I was like, where's this guy at? It's some old house with a green garage door. I forgot we were at the 4th Street Deli.
My two favorite things about that snip, number one, is you going up and down, and then I am OCD.
Well,
so
if you notice, right? If you're watching your eyes during that, you're looking to your left and your right to see if I'm going to do something like tackle you or run in front of the screen. So you're like, shit, let me get my words in, but where's he at?
No, absolutely. And then on the garage, I got your fingers on the end. Like I got Emilio's fingers. Like you're just so much fun. Such a great clip. Emilio, I have a question for you.
Yeah. So before you start with the question, let me interrupt.
I love it.
So we have to let everybody know that we don't have a guest for tonight, and we were going to do a recap show of all the different guests we had on, the different causes, and basically just, highlight what the show's all about and what we're all about, and show that there is, if you go back and look at it in short, snippets of the people who were on the show and then the different, things and organizations that they were supporting, that we had some really good times on here, but we ran into a little technical difficulty, and we're just going to be on here, talking to everybody. If anybody wants to chime in and, put a comment up there, whatever, we'll respond to it, and we'll just go back and forth and ask each other questions. We're in, what's up, Bill? We're in peaceful. We're not in like an angry mode. Things are starting to come around. We're feeling good. Chad's cancer free. And we're just be vibing tonight, good vibes. That's what we want. That's it.
Bill, man, I love Bill Rosell. Let me just tell you, he's a great guy. Actually, he's a great guy. And Bill, we're gonna meet up.
I want Bill to be my stepdad. Like Bill be a great stepdad,
Bill, are you available to be Emilio's stepdad? And we're definitely gonna get together this week. If Bill's in town, that guy's just so much fun. I want to hang out with him. Yeah. Yeah, the Hammer, and we're gonna be on the Lions Den soon. By the way, I think that's coming out. Like, I'm pretty excited about that. The Lions Den.
Bill,
week or two.
That's right. Shit, we did the Lions Den. We were asked to be a guest. The Be Kind show was asked to be on the Lions Den, not Emilio and Chad, the actual show. And we make up the show, so we actually got we got hooked up by being invited there. They rolled the red carpet out, didn't they? It had everything. They had food. They had, candies. They had all the soda and water you wanted. They were putting everything on full display. We probably could have got Bill to crack that bottle of Don Julio open too in the studio. Remember he had the bottle of Don Julio?
Yeah, I do.
No, it's
That
good
was
that
fun.
it's good that we're getting recognized. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not so much ourselves that we want recognized. It's about what we are, who we are, what the show brings to the table, and what the main goal is. Yeah, I'm authentic, rough around the edges. I like to curse, no filter, but in the end, I got a big heart, and I do a lot when I can, and that's what makes me up, and that's what's he saying? Ask you two to join me on your
Oh,
Can he
we're
come
in.
on? Oh, I thought he
John?
said he was going to come in.
No, let me stop. John just is asking us to be on his podcast. Are we in?
I'm the one that begged them to let me on there. I got, you know what I mean?
We're in, John. John, we're in. Can't wait. This is
Yeah,
exciting.
people are recognizing it. You know what I mean? Like, John, there's so many people on here, that comment and watch us. They don't have to watch us like that. These people got a lot better things to do with their life, but obviously this is something that piques their interest, and they believe in it, and they believe in us. So, they give us, their time. And I appreciate that. Like, it's like an honor, you know?
Amelia, I'm going to go right into something right now. So, what I love that you did this week, you were on a mission this week. Your social media has just been on fire. You've been doing the TikTok, the Facebook, but what you've been really promoting, and I've been really impressed, and I'm watching you. I mean, I watch it every day. I wake up to just like, what's Amelia going to post in the morning? It's almost like I expect the video. I love the way you're promoting the local businesses, but you're not talking about it. You're actually going there. Like, you went to an Italian place the other day.
Leonardo's.
You know what? Let's give a little plug there.
Leonardo's Bakery, Da Vinci's Brick Oven Pizza,
Talk about
183 Bustleton Pike. I've known this guy forever. I mean, he's been, look, he doesn't need me to come in and do a video. I mean, he's well known, but there's probably some people that, like my friend, he wanted to go there so many times, and he's just like, I just never been here. I can't believe it. So, but come on, I'm going to take you there. And, he went nuts in the bakery. He appreciates, like, you got fresh ingredients, and how, some things out there, they're just dying arts. Like, there's not a lot of kids that are, watching their parents, bake bread and bake cookies and saying, I think I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning and go to the bakery and do what my parents do. They go off and, they go to college, or they get into the trades, and, they go off in their own direction. So it's not always a guarantee, like it was back in the day, that you're going to follow in your parents' footsteps to take over the family business. So you got to give a shout out and recognition to these local businesses, and there's so many of them, and that's why I mention this on the show all the time. I mean, how many times do I got to say it? Everybody can call us, anybody can get in touch with us and be on the show, and they could, we could promote them, and they'll self-promote themselves. They'll bring a good cause to the table, and that's what I'm trying to do. Look, I put good content out, and I believe in reason I say it's good is because I believe in it, right? So, and I do a lot of those right off the cuff. People still don't believe it. Like, I'll wake up, turn my camera around, and just spit. And what comes out of my mouth lately has been pretty good content, and it's been fire. So, what's he saying, this guy?
Put your till
to handle.
I'm not sure.
Bill speaking.
Do you know what that means?
I don't know. That was
Bill, can we have a clarification on that?
Can we get a translation, Bill?
Do we have
Google Translate?
Yeah, Google Translator.
Google Translate.
You know what that means? Do you want a cookie, Amelia? That's what he was asking. Bill, we love you. I have no idea what he's talking about, but it's probably
that was so. I was trying to read that so bad that I lost my train of thought. So my content, right? So it's springtime. I know you're driving. So I figured, it's springtime. We're going to hit the streets when it gets nice out. We'll go to different places. I'll pop in on every different kind of business. If you're a mechanic, I'll pop in you know what I mean?
I'm excited.
We'll change some oil. And then I just think that just me explaining my stories, I've been, now that I got rid of the sinus infection, I've been on my game. Like, I almost got scammed. They almost got the Italian realtor. How bad is that?
Let's talk about this.
How bad is that, dude?
Hey, wait. Jason, before you start, go into the story. Jason, just get, I want you to get Emilio's little cute little video after
I got advertising and shit. Dang.
Yeah, we're gonna do some advertising for you.
Bograd team is moving up in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. But tell the story on how you almost got scammed.
Well, I can't. He can't put that up while talking and talking.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about it first.
Okay.
When we're done, we're gonna do your little.
So I'm like.
Thank you, Jason.
I procrastinate like a mother. Like, that's people don't realize, like, when I got my mind on something, I'm all about it. But if I got shit on the back of my mind that doesn't really mean much to me, I really procrastinate, and it's a disease. Like, it's bad for me. So I go, when we move out of my shop in Bensalem, me and my brother get rid of the car business. We got all this shit. He's got 2017 or 18 22-inch Range Rover takeoffs because he put 24s on his truck. And they're like brand new. He buys his truck, it has like 4,000 miles, and he takes the rims right off. And the tires are brand new. The rims are brand new. I got Mustang wheels. I got Celine wheel. You name it, I got it. I got computers and this shit. So when I go to get this storage unit, the thing's like $100 promotion. I guess it's like a cable, $179. I'm like, fucking give it to me, right? Well, now the bill's like $375 a month. Like, when they send me like the alert that they're going to charge my card every month, this has been going on for like 3 years. Like, I pay like 10 G's for the storage unit. So I'm like, I got to empty this out. I can't take it. I'm like, I'm having like a stroke out there. Now I can't take it, dude. It's like Comcast. Like, they reel you in. You get the triple play, $129.99, and then one day you wake up and your wife's like, "Do we need these channels?" You're like, "Why?" You're like, "Because our cable bill's $385 a month for like 2 boxes." And then you got to get on the phone. You got to tell them you had COVID. You got to tell them you had fucking prostate cancer, whatever you got to do to get out of this bill. So I put the wheels on Marketplace, dude. Right away, I take pictures of these Range Rover wheels. I put the Mustang wheels on. You know what I mean? Both those sets of wheels right away. So I get a message. A messenger comes up on Messenger, a message, and it's this older couple, right? Beautiful couple. Like, let me see their names. Right. These poor people. Let me see what they are. I'm going to put them on blast right now.
This is great.
So I get this. Here it is. Hold on. Where are they at? These scumbags.
And I totally relate to your storage story.
Sue Livesey or Livesey.
Give me a spelling so our viewers know.
Well, hold on. I'm going to pull up the profile.
Listen, everyone. This is a warning. Okay, this is a warning.
Well, I'd have to unblock these bitches to see their.
That's right.
Oh man, do I got to unblock these people to get their profile?
Anything goes. This is great. They almost got you, Emilio. That's the funny thing.
Can anybody see? You guys can see it like this, right?
Yeah.
See them?
That says
Look at that nice couple.
Oh, wow. Sue.
Look at that nice older couple.
Wow. Look at that.
All
a
right.
Cowboy hat and all.
All right. So they messaged me, "Hey, are these wheels, Range Rover wheels, still available?" Yes, they're still available. I just posted them 6 minutes ago. So they're like, "We want to buy them for our son." And I'm like, "All right." So the husband messages me. He's like, "I got to work all weekend." He's like, "Can I send my wife down there?" He's like, "Will you help her and my son load them up?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I don't hear from him. So me, like a jackass for no reason, Monday, I'm like, let me text these people a messenger to see if they still want these things, right? So she goes, yes. She's like, my husband, he couldn't pay for them. So I got to pay for them. So I'm like, ha, LOL, great husband, joking around, thinking it's some older lady. So I'm thinking maybe they're divorced and they're buying them for the kid to get, she'll pay, but then he'll pay her back, whatever the case may be. So she's like, do you have Zelle? And I'm like, no, I don't have Zelle. I have, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. She's like, oh, I have Cash App.
Lots of options.
So she's like, oh, how much are the wheels? I'm like, $1,500. So she says she sends me to $1,500. She goes, do me a favor, send me your email address because I don't know you from a bag of shit. And I want to at least you have your email address to make sure it lines up with the blah, 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 whatever. So I sent her my email address. So she texts me back, hey, did you receive the money? So I look on my Cash App and I don't see shit. I'm like, nah. So I hear my email thing go off. I go on my email and it's Cash App. And Cash App, it says your limit, you've exceeded your limit of $500. So I'm thinking, oh shit, I got money in the bank that I forgot to cash in. Like, because I know I'd figure if she sent me $1,500, there must have been money left in there or some shit like that. So make a long story short, well, this is going to be a long story. So this, it says I have to open a business account to hire my limit. So I go on here and I switch to the business account and I tell her, she's like, all right, I'm going to try it again. They sent me the same email. I'm like, all right, cool. She sends it again. She goes, check your Cash App. I look on there, ain't shit on there. I hear the email shit go off again. I go on my email, it's from Cash App, and it says, I got to read it to you because it's wild. This is what it says. The second email after the first email, it says I didn't have the email.
We're being kind now. This could save someone a lot of money. This is for our viewers. This is another kind segment. Naturally kind. Thank you for sharing. This is like an alert for people not to get scammed. So I think this is great. And
so hold on.
All
So
right.
it goes, let me see. Counter the problem, blah, 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 blah. Now I got to get to this one. Additional money received. All right. Here we go. It says you've received an additional payment of $500 to verify this new business account. So now the lady says she sends me $2,000 for $1,500 wheels. So I go back on her. I say, listen, it's saying that you had to pay me $500 extra to verify it, and I had to get in touch with the payee. She goes, yes. She goes, I'm going to help you. I'm helping you open your business account. She's like, are you going to pay me back? I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, you have all my information. You got my home address. You got my email. I'm like, listen to this. No bullshit. I have the text message. I go, I said, what do you want next? My social? Joking around. And it's exactly what the text message says. I didn't realize it till later. And it goes, no, we're not there yet. So listen to this shit. So she's like, okay, this is what you got to do. She's like, you got to send me my $500 back, right? So I go on there and I don't see the 1,500. I don't see the 2,000 to 1,500, nothing. I go back. There's another email that says, in order to send the $500 back, you can't send back cash. You got to buy $500 worth of Apple gift cards and take pictures of the codes and the PIN numbers and send them to the payee. And that's the way they'll do the transaction. So then I finally, I was like, I caught on to the shit and I blocked them and I called the Real Cash app. They like send us the emails. None of the emails matches their emails. And it was a scam, but they almost got me. Like that shit was embarrassing. So I had to so I got nervous. So I shut down all my Cash apps, my Venmos. Like I'm redoing all that shit. So I don't have any of that form of payment to send or accept at this point. I haven't had it for the last 48 hours because I'm working through it. I got to go through all the accounts and make sure they didn't take no money or do anything. So I unlinked everything,
Facebook Nation, YouTube Nation, everyone, be smart, be alert. People are out there to get you. And, once you put your guard down, that's when your bank account gets drained. Emilio, I got to tell you, so you said something really funny. Well, I thought it was funny because you were talking about how you had the storage unit for like 5 years, right? How many years was it?
3
years, and you spent like how much? I mean, I literally this is how many?
Dude,
how much
if it's $375 a month
right.
down, I just started realizing what I was paying. I might have paid like $8-9 grand for this
All
thing.
Right. So let me tell you a little story, okay? So I did a similar thing, okay? I didn't pay $200. I didn't pay $375. Mine was like $225 a month, okay? But hear me out. You know how long I had the stuff in storage? Take a guess.
10 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
And
you could have bought a garage.
So basically, if you were on The Price is Right, I would have given you both door prizes. You would have won both showcases. But we're not The Price is Right. So here's the deal. It was good. 11 years. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
225 times 11 years is $29,700. Okay. All right. 225 times 12 times 11. This is so I don't want to jump into the lake tonight. Just under $30,000. When I finally went to the storage unit, okay, the value of the stuff in there was probably worth less than $250. I literally had nothing of value. I mean, it was a box spring. I literally paid $30,000 to store boxes and a box spring.
Right, and it's our fault. It's us for being complacent, stupid, lazy, and
being serious.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I was going to move it. Oh,
dude,
it was worth nothing. Like if you were on Storage Wars,
bro,
they would have been like, it was a dud.
We waste so much money in this country. I'm guilty of it. Look, there
wasn't even a rookie baseball card in there, for God's sake. All right, I'm sorry. End the rant.
Dude, even the shit I got that's in the storage unit has value, but it'll never equate to 10,000.
It's crazy. I just thought that was fun. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I got you beat on this one. The only thing you paid more per month, but at least you had something in there. You had more than $250, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
What was your value at least?
I would say the value of that unit, if you had to sell everything in there, is probably like $3,500.
All right. Well, you know what? That sure beats $250. That's
yeah. I mean, you're a complete idiot for doing what you did.
Thank you. we always keep it real here. We talk about some of our past silliness. Yo, Jason, do me a favor. Pop up our man Emilio, the Philly Italian realtor. I want to see his sexy little piece. So bring it up, my brother. I want to watch this because this is so cool.
That was good shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Tell our guests what you're all about. Seriously, just tell our guests what you're all about. Amelia, the Philly Italian realtor.
Look, without trying to sound ridiculous, I believe that I keep it real. Now, I don't bullshit nobody when I go to a listing appointment. I'm true to every word that I say when I'm a buyer's agent. And I literally show every house anywhere at any time, as you know this from your clients. And when I sit down with people, they appreciate not being talked down to and being like just a normal person, having a conversation, getting an honest answer, and having the power to negotiate to make sure they net the most money at the settlement table. And it's been really, really kicking in lately with the listings, the referrals, and just people calling me from my Facebook videos and my TikTok videos. Like people are calling and they're like, and I'll give anybody the time. And I'll be honest with them. And that's what I think people like nowadays, because like I said, in this area, you could smell bullshit from a mile away. Look, again, I might not be for everybody, but I think for my people, my group of people from Philadelphia that are, branched out and have ties to Bucks County or in Bucks County now or Montgomery County, I think that, I'm right up their alley. And I've been in business long enough in the area, in other businesses, in the car business. And I've dealt with a lot of the people who I'm friends with on Facebook or who follow me on my different accounts or whatever. And they know what I'm about. You know what I mean? They know that I'm trying my best to provide the best service that I could possibly, but I'm human. We all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, I'm going to get the job done. And I've been doing it. And that's why I'm trying to do the little networking thing, keep it in a tight circle. Like, number one, we could all use it. Number two, I can't have all the business, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty to go around, and there's so many people out there, that need to get recognized. And I'm going to do that one way or another. I'm going to do it. So,
you know what, Emilio, and I want to say something I think really kind of makes you the X factor. It's the fact that you have a true skill set. You're a GC, right?
Yeah, I'm a GC. I know how to do, the majority of the work. There's some things I won't get involved in. So yeah, I'm on the jobs, and sometimes I'm really, working 8-hour days on those jobs. Like if I don't have any showings or I don't have anything to do real estate wise, then I'll put my time, on my jobs. But, I need help too. That's why I tried to use the other people in the business and different things, or if they need one of my guys or subs or whatever, like we trade back and forth. Like Avi called me this week. He needed somebody, you know what I mean? I gave him a phone number to a guy that, does a lot of shit for us. If it worked, hopefully he could use it to his advantage. If it didn't, then maybe on the next one. But you try to, it doesn't faze me because Avi does the same thing I do. And he probably does more than I do because that's his main thing every day. Besides, I know he likes crypto too. You should talk to him. He's like a crypto stock master.
Oh, Avi, man. We're going to talk, my friend. Avi, I got a really cool Bitcoin hat right there, Amelia. You like my Bitcoin hat?
Yeah. Like I'm all about sharing and shit. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm friends with a lot of other realtors on my my page and Facebook and different things like that. Like I would never in my life, if I was like, yo, you should let me sell your house or whatever, you should let me sell whoever's house, your friend, your family members, your moms, whoever. And they were like, I had Stacy and Bruno over here. I would never say, why? Oh, don't use state. I'd be like, fucking great. Like, at least you're in our circle. At least you got somebody.
Man, I love them.
You follow me? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you didn't get me, at least you got somebody that I highly recommend. don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't try to reinvent the wheel. We're all right here for a reason.
I love it. Let's talk about first of all, John, what was John's question? I know John had a question. Was that directed towards Emilio, I believe? What drew you to the old stuff?
What
the old school music, love the old school vibe. There you go.
So, I mean, is he talking about the thing Jason created, or is he talking about just what drew me to?
I actually think he is.
So, John,
are you talking about the sexy piece that Mr. Make It Better Marketing did? I think he is. Yeah.
So if you're talking about, John, if you're talking about that, the noir style, like, Dick Tracy.
Yep.
So me and Jason literally came up with that driving to meet you and Chad at the 4th Street Deli. Just like my idea, and Jason just didn't need, like, it was so random, and I said it, and he was like, I got it, done. That's why, like, what Jason does, and Jason, you should pop up again, since we're just unfiltered today, and just give everybody, remember what the name of your company is and what you do. I mean, I think.
Thank you, bro. Make It Better Marketing. Yes.
He puts these things together, and his biggest problem right now is me not being available because of being sick or whatever. But I think just that little bit of, he can blow up brands. Like, you know what I mean? You just say something to him, boom, it's done. So, he does a lot of other things that people need to realize that are on here. He takes, he does, professional shots for, listings and different things like that. And he can put that together and give you a brand, and that could be just one thing. And then the next time it could be another thing. And you know what I mean? You don't have to just run with one thing. You're multifaceted. So
Thank you, John.
It's just a matter of, like, that's what this show's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about talking about real life shit, having guests on, and then, having a purpose, what their cause is. And at the end of the day, giving people a platform to come on to and talk about their services that they provide, or their products, or their business, and keep it in a tight circle. Like, how's the Be Kind show get made? Okay, Jason Herbert. You know what I mean? That's the guy. So people, it should be dawning in their head, like, maybe I'm not happy with my guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick and tired of it, or I want something like that. There's plenty of room to jump on the bandwagon. Like, you're not going to be stealing my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get like that. We'll make something for you, right?
Yeah, well, I'd never, emulate the same thing.
But that's the problem with the people in this area. Everybody's so worried about what other people are thinking or saying, or what did he do? What did he say?
Blah, blah, I'm telling you, Amelia, I think your chromosome count's probably off a little bit, so I don't think anyone's cloning you ever. So don't worry about that. You know what I love about Jason's name? And we did it last week. Jason was obviously a featured guest. And, the concept, when I first saw Make It Better Marketing, I'm thinking Men in Black. I don't know why. I'm just going, but what's that?
That's what everybody does with the
right. But then when you said it, you made it so simple, and you're like, I'll take someone's marketing and I'll make it better. It was just like, that's brilliant, right? I love it. So that's what he does. He takes your marketing and he's going to make it better. And that's what Jason does. He's the man. And I just wanted to say I feel better.
Kind sir.
Now, Amelia, we're going to play a little game. You know what? Just for fun, just to make it official, why don't we do the chatting and ranting screen just for fun? And then I'm going to go into a little thing, and we're going to have a little fun here. We're going to do a little ranting and chatting, and then we're going to be back next week for another fun time. So once that comes up, I'm going to play a little. I have an idea, and you're going to play along with me, okay?
Yep.
All right. Love it. That's our official chatting and ranting. And Amelia, what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to bring up a show we did, okay? And what you're going to do is give me a takeaway from the show, like just something you remember from the show, just something. Just have fun with it. Even if it might not even be like whatever your memory was. So I'm going to start with, are you ready? I'm going to start with the Dream Team 1, Bruno and Stacy. That show was epic. Do you have any takeaway from that show?
So that one of the things is that he, again, you build a brand, right? So you have a husband and wife team, right? And their brand is, we're going to be so happy and obnoxious and great and that we don't give a shit if you don't like it. Go somewhere else, because that's what we do. We're happy, we're bright, we really give a shit about our clients. We care about what other people do. They even put the world on notice that they pray every day. They're thankful for what they do. They put their hands in God, and that's what we do. And that's one of the things that I remember from the show. It's like, and that's what it is. It's like, I'm going to be who I am, and I really don't care, if a couple people don't like it or if I get on their nerves or whatever. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
That's
I'm not trying to hate, dude. I'm trying to put people on the map and shit. If you want to hate, you're just, you know what I mean?
I agree. That was and I agree with you. And the other thing with them, with the Dream Team One and Bruno and Stacy, which I'm into the kind movement, and they're absolutely like savages. They're like kind, but they're like savage. They're like just kind to the 10th degree. And I also love the fact that they're so spiritual, and they're just great people. The energy was amazing. Ask me a question if you want on one of our guests, one that brings up.
Well, I'm going to go back to the Joe Brinkman show and, talk about how he's able to get deals, 20,000 under contract, and beat everybody out in this, market where there's no supply and there's a ton of demand. And, noticing how he's carving his way down there in Miami, bringing it all together and doing things that nobody else in this world can do. It's amazing. Like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So, first of all, number one, Joe, what I liked about Joe, because he had a really
the modern day realtor or the
modern day realtor. He number one had a really
former Hasidic Jew.
Can I answer the question?
But former Hasidic Jew?
I'm not so sure about that.
He didn't break away from, and in the military.
Yes.
Go.
Thank you.
I want all our guests to get all the accolades they can. So go.
Fair enough. So what was super impressive about Joe is his energy. I mean, he was really the young and the hustle. I think somehow in Miami, there's a thing called Miami time. And
Miami time.
What's that?
Miami time, yes.
Miami time. And
there is.
And Joe obviously knows about Miami time, and he's got a certain hustle to him. It was I think the one thing I learned with Joe is he works really hard, and not exactly my style, but I respect. I'm going to be honest with you. He talks about waking up at 6 a.m, and that's not what I do. But for each his own. That's not my style. But that was definitely.
You're also a loan officer, and he's a realtor. So, do you see anything that I could learn from him to get the deals $20,000 under the asking price? Is there anything I could do, or you think we're in a different market up here?
I think we're in a different market. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question now. The next question I have for you is this. I got one for you. John Duffin. Talk about John Duffin right now. Yes.
So
fill-in co-host.
So every once in a while, right? So this is what happens when you do good stuff, right? When you're out working hard and you're doing the right thing and you're putting yourself out there, people take notice, right? That's how I met you, because you took notice. That's how Bill Rosell met me. He took notice. Well, John Duffin took notice too. And that's an honor, because you see a guy who, has this tremendous voice, and he has, he's a coach, and he does, Duffin Media. And, he wants, he takes the time out of his busy day to come and have lunch with us. And then you get to pick his brain a little bit. And then he tells you a little bit, he gets intimate with you and tells you a little bit about himself. I didn't even know he was a realtor. Okay. And then he tells you what he does, how he does it, and what he's comfortable doing and not comfortable doing. Right off the bat, know that I've earned his trust and I've earned his respect. So just to have these little circles, like to have people, John's in the city, I'm up here in the burbs. We got people in Philly. We got people in Florida. Little by little, you have this little networking circle that's just expanding and it's ever growing. We just keep adding people there. So I guess having somebody like John, if I ever, needed to talk to somebody or I needed, a different, perspective, not just using him for his talent and using him for his voice, using him for other ways. I feel like that door's open for me and that's like an honor. Follow me?
Absolutely. John really is my mentor. He helped me with my voice coach. I mean, the things I used to do on these things, I used to wobble around. Look, I mean, I'm being honest, it's a crazy. I used to watch my original shows 3 years ago. He's been so helpful. He's become a great friend as well. He's just a great friend. All right, I got one for you. One of my favorite guests. I mean, I love our guests, but this is one of my favorite guests. Please talk about Eric Senders, please.
Well, I mean, this is a perfect example, right? So here's a guy. I tell people the flat out honest truth. We hated each other when we were kids. We hated each other. And as we got older, you know what I mean? We would cross paths a little more because we were going out at nighttime, to the clubs and different things. And there was a little bit of tension, but not as much because we got older. We realized, look, that playground shit's over with. And then all of a sudden, little by little, he's one of your biggest supporters when you start posting videos. Then you start to find out what he does. And then you go to his operation. And now he lives around the corner from me. It's he's supported me so much. If I could help him do anything, he has a rental property, his family wants to sell, that I'll go there and lay the floors for the guy. I love what he does. I love his business. His wife's awesome. His whole thing is just great.
Look at
and
that.
I mean that. The dude is
pretty handsome too. I mean, he's a pretty handsome guy. Just saying.
He's just aces, and nobody could probably believe it. People ask him every day, how the hell did you and Emilio become friends? And people ask me, but he's just a good dude, man. He's a hard worker, and he's gonna blow up this. His shit's successful now, but I'm telling you, there's gonna come a time. Believe me, you're gonna be like, wow, I know that guy.
I know
his product is crazy. It's nuts.
Another one. I mean, friend. I talked to Eric. We talk practically every, we text, we talk, it's just the friendships that we've made from this show. It's so amazing.
And his story, I didn't even know his backstory. You know what I mean? The things that going through tough times and you know what I mean? Getting over over the hump and different things like that. And it's I have more respect for him now. All
right, I got a question for you. I got a little trivia question for you now. And then this is cool. All right. So one of our guests all right, let's just get right there. Who's the most famous dog on our show?
Doggo.
Boom! Talk about Doggo right now, please.
So
Tell our guests about Doggo. And just so you know, we have a YouTube channel, okay? All these shows are on YouTube. You can watch them all if you want to actually watch the show. But tell us about Doggo, please, Emilio.
So Marty's a character. I've been friends with Marty forever. That's why we need to do a part 2 to go over how.
Doggo! I love you, Doggo!
So we have to have a part 2 to go over how me and Marty met and blah, 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 go through the stories and all the bullshit. And I think people enjoy that show because a lot of people were along that ride with us. They were actually probably there with us the nights that we'll tell the stories. And you know what I mean? It'll be a pretty good show. It'll definitely be a good show. But he could probably have his own, following, pretty big following because he has his dog and people love dogs and the way they're like husband and wife, the dog and Marty, So
Marty, did you see the post today? He was apparently on a golf cart today.
Yeah.
And Doggo was I don't know where it all ended, but Doggo was in the back. I mean, that dog is really awesome. I'm a big Doggo fan. I'm going to be honest. I'm a huge Doggo fan.
Yeah.
One of my best lines that you said on the show, by the way, is when Marty was on the show and Marty was, talking about how Eric needs to get treats and you're $14.95 and stop in or whatever. Funny. What was the price again? You're like on the show, you're like, that'll be $19.95 to stop in. He'll be happy to give you as many as you want. 2 for $40.
Yeah. You can get whatever you want. Stop in.
All right, this is
Like
so
smell.
cool. All right, so that is Emilio.
The worst part of
Marty.
the craziest
Halloween.
thing.
What year is that?
That's like 2004. But that picture there, if you literally look at my mom and his mom, that's what they look like. That's what they look like. And me and him look just like our moms. If we had wigs.
Unbelievable. 2004. You were like little kids there.
Yeah.
Did you had like peach fuzz? I don't even know if you reached puberty at that point. Like, what's going on? You know, who knows?
It was the best times of our lives, man.
We will have part 2 because that's when Margate comes in and a lot. There's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
This show, you know what? I'm gonna do one more. Just one more. Tell us about Bill Rosell, One SEO. He was a great guest.
So Bill was like one of the first people to reach out to me through like Messenger FaceTime, but nobody uses that. But what I realize is that if you have an Android and if I have an iPhone, if somebody has an Android, that's the way to do FaceTime because that's the only way that they'll work for each other because they're two different systems. Android and iPhone, you can't FaceTime anybody, but you can on Messenger. So this dude, I'm like, what does this guy want? Like this guy's like blowing my shit up like on Messenger FaceTime. So and I realized, he's like, your content's great. I love this, and you had me cracking up with that. And I'm thinking to myself, is this guy for real? You know what I mean? Like this guy need to go to Friends Hospital. And I found out he's One SEO. And that it was like an honor. And he's been like a mentor, like with this stuff, like pumping me up and getting me to keep doing it. And he's been reciprocating, having us on the show, having me on the show. We had him on our show, and he's turned out to be one hell of a real life friend, right? If we can get him to stop traveling so much, we can have some dinners together, bullshit with him because he's just a good dude. He's like, even if his days suck, he's always being, friendly and happy. I like that shit.
It's absolutely what I love about it. It's all real. You know what I mean?
Dude, are we having like the Man Crush Be Kind show tonight? We've had all man crushers just now.
Well, I haven't met. Well, Stacy was on it. Stacy from the Dream Team 1. She gets one as well. Look at that. Look at that guy. I mean, it's unbelievable. We have Doggo, the greatest dog of all time. Emilio. Did you want to like ask me a question?
Not really.
No. Nothing.
Nah.
You got nothing.
Nah. I don't know. You want to be asked a question, truthfully?
Yeah.
You want to be asked one?
Well, your first one. I like another one. Yeah, I want to see if you can pick up another question. I'd love to do another one. Yeah.
So, you have over 300 hats, right?
Yes.
And how many of them did you give away? You went on a mission last week, and you went to a local restaurant, and you gave some hats away.
You know what? Thank you. That's a great one. So you know what? True story. Last week, I was feeling really kind and also very hungry because I'm a really good eater. And I went to one of my favorite places, Aldo's Ristorante in Holland. And by the way, you ate there with me. What do you think?
Again, I'm embarrassed. Like, how do I not know that this place is right behind my house? Like, I mean, I'm not even making this up. Look, if me, I would just be like, it was great. It was excellent, but the fact that I didn't know that it was there and how good it is and authentic, and they've been around for like 30 years or some shit like that, or maybe more. How many years they've been there?
1984.
Right. So in 1984, it was like a one house and like 30,000 farms up here. And there was this guy in a shopping center. He probably owns
30 years, buddy. They're 30
he has
years.
to. He has to own the shopping center. No doubt in my mind.
I don't know if he does or not, but I just know that place is amazing. So let me go back to my story. So last week I ordered it, and I have a lot of hats, and I have a lot of hats I haven't even worn. So I decided I would just go ahead and bring 9 hats there. I brought 9 hats, and I put them up on the counter where the cash register is, and I asked the person in the front. He's awesome, Luis. I said, get your friends and the staff and the cooks, have them come up front, and we had them all pick a hat, and it was a lot of fun. What I realized, the 2 hats that were not popular, apparently Sunny D and my Sunkissed hat wasn't a big hit, but I did make sure that Luis took them for his kids. But those somehow everyone flocked away from them. But the Blue Moon was, I think, a big favorite. but it was really cool. It felt good. It felt good to give someone a hat. And this is the coolest one. This is really the coolest one. The picture I showed you, I had a Super Mario hat, and Miguel, amazing. He's like the greatest pizza maker. He's better than people in Italy potentially. Well, he's got a great kid, and he sees the little Mario hat. He's like, I want that. He takes the Mario hat, and the next day he told me that his son loved the hat so much he bought him a matching Mario shirt. And like, I showed the picture to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did you see that picture and that smile on that boy's face?
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. Like you went
That
on this mission.
Was awesome. That was awesome. Ask me a question, Emilio. Ask me who my favorite guest was on the show, for real.
Who was your favorite guest?
Well,
me. It was me. Because that's how it started out. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, I'm the co-host.
Are you asking and answering the questions, apparently?
But I know. I mean, I just knew where it was going, so I had to steal your thunder. I mean, it couldn't be anybody else.
No, you weren't my favorite guest at all. I don't even like you. No.
Yeah.
You were when I had you on my show, right? And it was over, I knew I had to have you as my co-host. I felt an energy from you. And I want to thank you. There you go, right in the center there. You made this show, the vision of the show started one way, and what you did is you helped it's kind of like became a little more hardcore kind, and I like that message more, and I really do, and I appreciate the energy, I appreciate the charisma, and I appreciate your ball busting on a weekly basis. I mean, it's all so much fun. So thank you.
Listen, all we're doing is keeping each other young, and we're having fun doing it. And I mean, it's all organic, right? I mean, we literally don't people don't realize we do what we do all week. We talk every day, and then boom, we just throw a show on. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure Jason's racking his brains doing more work than we are, but we just pop on and we start talking. And if there's a guest, we blow up the spot. We put the cause on there, and we're having fun, dude. No arguments, no aggravation.
Emilio, do me a favor. You take us home. You got the final word. You're going to take us home, and then we'll see you all again next week.
Well, listen, again, we'll have a great guest next week. Maybe we'll have part 2 with Marty. We're not sure yet. And the whole purpose is, keep it in a tight circle, network, use your resources. Don't burn any bridges. Pay it forward when you can. Remember, if you're breathing, you're achieving. Everybody runs through ups and downs, hard times, and you have to persevere. You have to do it with a smile. Don't do nothing stupid. Hit the like button, like and subscribe, and everybody will see you next week. Roll it. You want me to sing too? Do, do, do.